Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of Rebuilding Newcastle United. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch me on my little football manager journeys. Honestly, you're a legend. And you're also a legend if you smash the like button, so thank you if you do smash the like button. It helps me, the episode, the series, the channel, all that crap, you know what I mean. If you want to help the channel a little bit more, you can pledge to my Patreon. You'll find a link to that down below. If you are a patron, you're going to be in my very first FM20 Let's Play series in some way, and also you'll have a great chance of winning a copy of FM20 if you want it. You can always give it to someone else. Do what you want with it. Anyway, episode 2. First of all, quickly, just want to say, the day after I released the last episode, my internet went down. It was down for 2 days, and I spoke to him, and apparently it's going to be off for another couple of days. I've got to wait for an engineer, and they don't work Sundays. So I'm trying to film a bit this morning, then I'm going to go to my mother's and try and upload and see what I can do. I also want to drop a trailer actually for my first FM20 Let's Play series as well, so hopefully I can get all that done. But for now, I'm just going to make this and see what's what. And season 2 was going to be fun. I'm loving it in Newcastle. It's freaking awesome. But was the season going to be awesome? Could he achieve anything great? Or we're building? We're going to keep on building? I don't know. Let's find out together. So my first season in Newcastle wasn't too bad. I got more success than I thought I was going to, especially seeing as I made no real transfers. Just made a couple of loan signings and just worked with what I had, the tactic. Rebuilt the staff, obviously. One thing I will say is, it's not all about the tactic and your players. Sometimes it's what you do throughout the season. So, little things I do. It's obviously a match day. Different shout-outs, I think, help win games. But one of the big things I do is morale, I think. Now, after a game, if a player plays well, you can praise them, can't you? It'll come up in the news feed. But I like to do it myself. So every week or so, I'll look at my squad, who's scoring goals, who's playing well, who's on form, and I'll just give them a bit of praise. And we got to the semi-final of the FA Cup, getting beat by Liverpool in extra time, so we put up a bit of a fight. We were this close to reaching a final, really. And in the Premier League, we achieved a 5th place finish, which I was super happy with. One spot behind Spurs, who were 10 points clear of us, but I think that was absolutely amazing. Don't forget, Ashley left, and we got a new chairman. Apparently, thanks to you guys in the comments, he was an ex-player. I think he won the Euros with Greece. He's now a politician, so someone did say maybe that's where he's got his money from. Now, unfortunately, we lost Derek Langley to Chelsea. Great scout on this game. But, you know, brought more staff in, and I want to bring even more staff in. I've got good scouts, but I think I need more just so I can get through my shortlist a bit quicker. Because of creating shortlists and trying to scout these players, it's taking a while. But I've just not had my mind on the ball with that kind of stuff. Because my general searches seem to be finding good players. Plus, I've done that many rebuilds now. I kind of know who's out there, who's available, who we can get at a decent price in the second year, the third year, and so on. Brought in 67 million, sold off a few players. Some of them you might agree with, some of them you might be pissed off with if you're a Newcastle fan. If I didn't fancy him, you don't fancy him. We all like different kinds of players. I wanted to try and mould them, a squad, to my tactic a bit more. I wanted to go for players I like and trusted. Let's try and get through it as quick as possible. Out the door, Federico Fernandez. Only got about $1 million for him. Bye, mate. Andy Carroll, absolute bag of wank. No one wanted him. I had to tell him to phone some clubs, and he did. 2 Turkish teams, came in for him, and he went there. Decent little winger. Again, didn't want him. Again, for some weird reason, he's got a Turkey to the exact same team. Maybe they're going to be roommates. Right, Gale, just not good enough. Not good enough. Don't like him. He's gone to Norwich. Matt Ritchie, decent player. I didn't mind him. I'd have probably kept him for a year at least. But he has to leave, so he's left and he's gone to Wolves. Only spent a year with us, but again, didn't really play too much. He's not good enough all round for me. I didn't see enough in him. And he wanted to leave anyway because he wasn't playing enough. So he has left and he's gone to Fulham. Now, like I found out, I knew he came in for big money, 40 million, but on this database it's 14 million. I don't know why. I think sometimes with certain things you have to change things when you make a database for it to work properly. Or maybe the guy just made a mistake, but it is what it is. I don't really care. We didn't get 40 million back for him. I'm not too arsed. He's gone off to Germany, to Schalke. And then obviously there was this kid who, you know, is worth a lot of money. Got a bit of promise-ish. 25. I don't think he's good enough. So 24 million, ka-ching, could spend it on players I wanted. Now the first player in is a loan player. We got him from Paris Saint-Germain. He signed for them last year, I think. Didn't really get in their team too much. I think he's bloody brilliant. definitely a starter for me. I wanted a third choice striker, and Liam Miller came up. His English, which helps with the squad quotas and so on. And I think he's great. He can play on the left wing as well. This player I didn't really need, but I know he's a good little player, good little backup left back. And he was unhappy, wanted to leave. He's at Bristol. It didn't cost me too much either. So even though I didn't need him, I brought him in anyway, just in case. Next up is a player I'm quite happy with. I think he's decent. 29-year-old, come from Real Sociedad. Cost me about 70 million in total, but like I always break my transfers down. He's now worth 25. I like that. He's been at Sociedad for ages. Used to be at Madrid as well. So, good player. Benedetto. He scores the goals. He scores the goals. Love him. Absolutely love him. Never heard of him till I was at Marseille. What a player. Couldn't resist. Could not resist him. Hey? Well happy, because I know for a fact he's a beast in the Volcano. I just know it. Next up was a player I think I've had in another rebuild. Obviously, he had kind of outgrows Celtic. No offence to Celtic. We won the battle for him. He's a good player, 21. I know he can get better. He fits my tactic. He plays centre half as well. Really, really happy. Next up was a left back I've never had. I know he's 28, but I've never heard of him. Played for Roma. Been at Napoli for a while. He was unhappy. So I went in for him because I think it looks all round pretty good. So we'll have to see how he works out. Next up was a winger. I needed someone, and this guy does look great. 22-year-old Brazilian. Put a good deal together to get him. Can play on both wings. He's left-footed. Yeah, high hopes. Next up was another winger. I needed wingers. We lost loads of them. I needed them. So we brought in Riccardo Orsolini, 22-year-old Italian from Bologna. Great deal, great price. Good player, I think. And then from my knowledge, I know for some weird reason, Roma will sell you this guy, even though he's a wonder kid, for like 16 million, and now he's worth 24. I don't know why they do that. Why does this game, majority of the time, you're going for a player and they want 59 million. Because I'll be honest with you, these are all the first guys I want. You know, you go out and you scout, don't you? Or you look for players, and you get turned down. I get turned down a lot. Or I say no because they want stupid money. But Cliver, you can pick him up for a good price. So I did. We also managed to bring in two of our loans from last year because I really like him. Marco, we got him on a second year from Juventus. Again, can play on both wings. So I think I've got great wingers this year. Super excited about our attacking front. And we managed to bring the right back, Kenny Tete. I like Tete. I love it. We managed to bring him back for a second year as well. So again, I'm really happy. The squad is looking way more balanced and just fits it better. Hopefully it'd work better because we did well last year. 2 semis. And a 5th place finish with a Newcastle squad that is just the Newcastle squad. So, you know, I felt a bit under pressure because I've started to make changes, but I know it kind of fits, and we're missing pieces, but I'll try and fill them in year 3. So, great keeper. We're keeping him. Obviously, I like him a lot. I think he's a great all-round keeper. Backup keeper's all right. But obviously, we've still got I can't say, is it Lascelles, whatever his name is, the English fella, who sounds French. He's still here. Got Kit Clark and so on. We've got the backup left back, he's a youth player at Newcastle, so he's great to have in your squad for Europe. We've got, we've still got the same right back. The backup right back's a bit crap. Hayden, who I think is a great player, He don't look outstanding, but he works pretty well. Obviously, we've got Colback, we've got the Korean, we've got Longstaff as well, so they all do all right in the tactic as well. So it's pretty good. You've seen all my wingers, happy days, and then my backup strikers, Muto. Keeping him for another year. That's the team. The bookies team will be 7th. 5th last year. I think we've super improved. But they're not really believing in us because of all the names in it. Chelsea, Spurs, United, Arsenal, Liverpool City. Same old, same old. Same old, and we want to break that mould. That's what we want to do, don't we, boys? Other teams have spent big. A lot of teams have spent big. But I've got a good team here. Now, what does my Greek boss want me to achieve? Well, he just wants to get in Europa League again, and so do I. So I think anything less than 5th, I'll be gutted with. But obviously, we're in Europe this year. We've got an extra competition to play. That might affect our league. We'll have to wait and see. When it comes to the Europa League, just getting to the 2nd knockout round, we should be able to do that. 6th round FA Cup, quarter-final at Carabao Cup. Again, I'd love to win something. Premier Leagues are not going to happen. But I'd like to win Summit. Financially now, obviously we spent quite a bit of money this year. We've got 25 still in the bank, only 4 to spend. I don't think I need to spend anything. Probably won't spend anything in January. Just want to work with what I've got. I've got some good young players here. Like, you know, in the middle of the park going forward. Got a good striker, got a goalie. It's just, I know there's a few other bits I'd like. Now again, I left the pre-season arrangements to my assistant. I was going to change that next year. I wanted to do it myself because I had a plan of what I wanted to do. But this year I just left it. And he put us in China again for a couple of games, and we ended up playing Boston and Philadelphia Union, who are affiliates of ours now. Can't remember if I've shown you my affiliates, but we'll have a look in a sec. But like last year was a bit shaky. This year, steamrolled it. So you probably know by now I like to get 2 money affiliates, wherever I can. America, Korea, Japan, all that stuff, China. You can get 2, can't you? So the first one we've ended up with is the Philadelphia Union. I know I get another one. I can't remember when though. I've been playing this over the last few days, and obviously having no internet, it's been a bit mental. I've had work as well. I can't remember if I get it this year. We'll find out later. I finished playing season 3 this morning. Wife went to work. Little lad was still asleep. Made myself a coffee. Finished the season off. Boxed that season off. So I'm going to see how well these 2 episodes do, and because I'm loving it, and because FM20 ain't out for a while, I am contemplating a year 4. Really, to be fair. But like I said, it depends if you guys are still watching. This is the fixtures going into the season. Kicking off at home against West Brom. Hopefully pick up 3 points. Then we've got Liverpool, toughie. And then we could go on a decent run. We've got Arsenal City back to back with the League Cup game in there. And the Europa League as well. Straight into the group stage, which is great. No messing about like in some of the other countries I've been to, where it's like qualifier after qualifier after qualifier after qualifier. But anyway, super excited. Let's find out what I achieved. Before we do, it's January, and not that long ago, the stadium was expanded. It's now 60,000 all-seater. That's the max it can go to, because the only option to get now is to build a new one. And we don't want to do that. St James's Park is our home. Facilities are going up and up and up and up. And I know I won't spoil it for you actually. But the club's just really... This new chairman's brilliant. You don't say no to anything. I love him. He makes Newcastle fun, man. So yeah, we've got a new stadium. We're going to hopefully make more money. But how are we doing in the league? Well, if you've got an eagle eye, you'll be able to see. We are 8th, which ain't too bad. Bit disappointed, I'll be honest. But obviously we're in Europe, and I think always kind of takes that away from you a little bit. We've got no one doing anything top 3 wise in the player lists. But I'm not losing heart. We're still all right. I think we're still in a good position, and we can still achieve something. Now, we've got a pretty good defence. It's okay. But City and Liverpool are on fire. No one can score against them at all. But we're up there with Arsenal, United and Spurs, all bang on 19, and West Ham. So that's something. Goals-wise, we've got 30. Arsenal got 55. I'd like to have scored more goals, but again, I see something in us, you know. I think we've been all right. Now, when you look at our results, they've been a bit sketchy. But it's a young team. They're figuring themselves out. Trust me. Yeah, it didn't start off too great. We had a really bad run, getting beat off Arsenal, City, Southampton, drawing Watford, Wolves. That was shocking. But then we bounced back and went on a good run from Everton onwards. We got beat off United recently, but I mean, we battered Spurs. Spurs are our nemesis, by the way. Knocked us out in the cup last year. Battered them 4-1 in their own stadium. Benedetto getting an hat-trick. So it looks bad. I know it does. But we've got to have a little bit of faith. Have faith in the volcano. Faith in me. Have faith in Benny. Now, obviously, we got to the semi-final last year, so if we didn't get there, I think I'd be a bit pissed off. But we started off in the League Cup playing Coventry away, beating them 5-2. Next up, it was Man City, drawing 1-1, and then we beat them on Pengers. Bit lucky, to be fair. And then the next Manchester team, the biggest Manchester team, the biggest club in the world. Let's face it. Might be shit, but we are the biggest team in the world. We beat them 2-1. Rashford got their goal. Rashford actually scored. Fucking hell, take a picture. Take a picture of that. Benny got our goal, and Kluivert. I love Justin Kluivert, by the way. Which means we're back in the semis. This time against a team we should be freaking beating. We had a great chance here to get to a bastard final. Come on! Come on, the Geordies. The FA Cup has been drawn, and we're going to be playing Dougie Freedman's Crystal Palace at some point soon. Before we have a look at our European run, or what we've done in Europe anyway, let's have a look at the squad. And I think we're doing... When I look at that, I think that's a squad that's achieving. Not a squad that's 8th. I mean, I think that's a squad that can do better in the second half of the season. I really, really do, because we've got some great players who are performing. Benny has been 21 goals in 28. He does scores in the... He's a great player. I love him. Absolutely love Dario Benedetto. Your left back, Mario. Never heard of him. Brilliant. He's a beast. And then everyone else is just chipping in, doing the job. No one who's not really... Anyone who's playing is actually doing all right. The players who obviously aren't playing aren't. Sometimes you get players who are playing and they're struggling, but it just didn't seem the way. I mean, I felt like we were just on that... Is it the cusp of being better? So we were in Group G with Genk, Villarreal and CSKA Sofia. We played 6, we won 5 and we drew 1. The game we actually drew was against Genk away, which is a bit weird, but it is what it is. We absolutely played amazing, only let 2 goals in, scored 17. We were absolutely fantastic. Quick look at if you want to see the games we won. I mean, Villarreal I was a bit worried about, but we did really well against them, especially away, weirdly, beating them 4-1. So, fantastic group, fantastic achievement, I think. Well, we've drawn Olympique Lyonnais. Obviously, we haven't played them yet in the next round. Rich team, good team, one of France's biggest teams, but also the home of my right back. So he can't play, and my backup right back is shit. Quick look at my staff, and I brought in more. Obviously, you can see my scouting team's got way better because I just felt like season 3 I really needed to push that boat out now and try and find something special just to take this club on again, hopefully. My coaching team, I just need maybe one more coach who's good at defending, got a bit of fitness there as well to just get us to the top. I want to have the best staff. Financially, we are kind of losing money. Bigger squad, bigger wage bill maybe than in the past. Obviously, I'm not buying anyone. But, you know, we're ticking over quite well. And you get to the end of the year, things always work themselves out, I think, in the Premier League. It's a league where you don't really have to worry. We're not doing well in the league, not as well as I'd like. Hopefully we can kick on in the second half of the season. We're doing fantastic in Europe. Got to get past Lyon, obviously. FA Cup, Crystal Palace in the 3rd round. And Southampton in the League Cup. Could we get to a cup final? That would be amazing. So there's loads, really. So I think we're going to go and check in the running. We're not going to go straight to the end. We're doing run-ins for Newcastle. Well, let's start with the League Cup. And it started really well. We beat Southampton 2-1. Benedetto. Honestly... Might get a Newcastle. I know I always say this, and I never do it. Might get a Newcastle shirt with Benedetto on back. What would people think? They'd be like, "What are you doing?" They beat us 2-1 at home. It evened itself up. Went to penalties, and penalties is always a lottery. And we were lucky because I think they kind of edged it. They were better. We looked our way into the League Cup final. Could we win it though? Well, we had a bit of a nemesis. We started to get a rivalry with one team. Do you remember from last year? The team. Do you remember them? We'll get to play them in the final. And we beat them in the final. Honestly, absolutely buzzing with this for a million reasons. I like achieving different things. And the fact that Newcastle have never won a League Cup was great. But to beat Newcastle, to beat Spurs with Newcastle, the team that knocked us out of the semis last year, I mean, emphatically, they battered us, didn't they? It was like 20-2 on aggregate. So to beat them, we'd already beat them early in the season. They got a goal back in the 93rd minute, but Clivert and the other winger, Marco getting the goals. I mean, they dominate possession, but don't always tend to have a lot of possession with the VOLCANO. Just depends how it works. But Clivert picked up man of the match, and this was great because it's the crappiest of the cups. But I reckon if it was real life, you would draw it. I mean, they would be getting absolutely smashed, wouldn't they? Could we do a cup double? Could we? We've got it within us. We've got it in here and in here. We started off pretty well. I don't know what I'm talking about. Started off pretty well by beating Crystal Palace, just 1-0. We then got an easier opponent. No offence if you're a Colchester fan, but we should be beating Colchester, and we did. Clivert and Benny, 2 heroes, getting us the goals. And we came up against West Ham, a pretty equal team to us this year. And I was a bit disappointed away from home, but they just edged it. They were better. I mean, look at that defence, man. And in the Premier League, we're doing a little bit better. We're edging. We're 7th, so we've only moved up a spot since last time. But when you look at the points, we're on 62, so are Spurs. Chelsea are only on 63, so we're in it. Basically, I'm going back for that 5th. That's going to be our best option to go for 5th again. I can't see us catching. We're not going to catch United. And we've only got 3 games to do it in, and one of them games is against Manchester United at home on the TV, so that's going to be hard. And when West Ham away, where we got knocked out in the FA Cup, and then Leicester, who were great as well, so it wasn't going to be easy. On to Europe. And we started off pretty shit. We got beat 1-0 off Lyon. Yeah, it was crap. But we brought them back to Newcastle. and destroyed them 3-1, 3-2. On aggregate, did just enough. Muto getting the goals. Bit of an hero. They're becoming our rival. I don't dislike Spurs, but they're becoming my rival in this save. I tell you, just keep coming up against them. And we need to obviously win. You need to win your own game in 2 legs, don't you? And we didn't. We were lucky again. It's going to bite me in the arse, but I feel like I've been on a good penalty run recently. On different saves, to be fair. So it was 1-1. Kluivert got us a goal. I thought we were laughing. Wanyama got them one back a few minutes later. Goes to penalties. To be fair, look at the stats, so. Lucky again, aren't we, man? Got a bit of luck this year. Then it was time for another big team, another favourite team of mine, just because I'm a journeyman this year. I went to Schalke for a while. Enjoyed it. I loved it. 1-1. Benny was back, but he was off the boil a bit, but who cares, because we got Kluivert and Christopher, who did just enough. Pretty shit game, pretty even game, though. Who cares, man? In the semi-finals of the Europa League, where we've kind of looked out, because we've drawn mid-table German team, Frankfurt. So, we're doing okay. It's going to be tough. We've already won something, which I think is amazing. How's it all end? Well, let's go through the league first. And this. And I get a bit excited. I get tingly nips. And this gave me tingly nipples. Yeah, Marco and Kluivert. 2 kids, man. I mean, I like Kluivert. I'd like to buy Marco, but I don't think we'd be able to buy him. Next, it was West Ham, and we got to get a bit of revenge. In the place we got knocked out in the FA Cup, beating them 1-0. Diallo, me on loan. Centre-half from Paris Saint-Germain, got us a goal. Shit game though. And then the last game, we drew 0-0 with Leicester at home. So a bit disappointed. Shows you, I think, how good Leicester were really. They had some good chances because the goalkeeper got man of the match. He had to pull up some right worldies. But it is what it is. Was it enough? It was all about the Europa League though. Could we do something really special and go past the Carabao Cup win? Oh, well, Frankfurt are crap, man. They're crap, but we didn't want to do it, did we? The only reason we got goals because they scored an own goal, and they were better than us. We drew 0-0, and by the skin of our bastard teeth, we crept through on an away goal. Wow, we've had some luck. It's going to bite me in the ass, this luck, at some point. I know it. Trust me. But I think we were the better team. Again, though, we just didn't play. We're not looking like a team that's going to go on and win a European trophy. Well, we did it, and I'm not lying. This was absolutely amazing for a few different reasons. But when we needed to turn it on, I felt like we turned it on. We've been limping our way to this final. And I was just really happy because we had more possession, we had more chances. They had a few chances, but most of them were off target. Benny got a penalty. Then they came back into it with a pretty decent goal. And then obviously it goes to extra time. And I'm shitting myself thinking it's going to go to penalties. My luck is going to run out at some point. And it even will, trust me on that. But right now it didn't. And we scored a goal in the 156th minute or something like that. This is the Premier League. Obviously, I didn't show it you before because you would have worked out that we'd won if you saw that. West Brom, Forest, Sheffield United going down. Chelsea, Spurs behind us. And we've done 3 points more than we got last year. I want to do better than that. I want a challenge. We've got to get in that top 4, top 3, even top 2 next year. That's the plan. And we've had a lot of money come in. End of season money. There's probably going to be more in the summer. But we've got 63 million in the bank. And he's giving me 87. I'll double that. Wow, we're going to do some shit in the summer, aren't we, eh? One last look at the squad arranged by average rating, just so you can see it all finished up. And got a great team here. I think we're this close to having a really good team. Next year we're going to be in the Champions League. You know what I mean? I want to get higher in the league. It's just going to see what I could do with these loans. I think, obviously, I can't see Kenny and Marco coming back. Do I want to buy him? Marco, the winger, yeah. Kenny, the right back, maybe not. I think I've found a right back I quite like who's just as good. And to finish it all off, I finally got an extra coach. And look at that, hey? It's getting better and better and better. This game never bores me. Why don't I ever get bored? I'm just doing this. I just play the game. I do the same things. And I still get excitement. Well, there you have it. That is the end of episode 2 of Rebuilding Newcastle. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. Even subscribe if you're new. And go check out all my other content. And hopefully come back for episode 3. Because it's a fucking cracker. Oh, loving this save. I always say, well, this has been really, really fun. But yeah, as always, thank you. Honestly, thank you. You're amazing. Have a great weekend. Stay safe with yourself and your family and your loved ones. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.